So I'm kind of pulling out the parts for the project that I thought we could work on today, and I'd show you how to do. So you can see here, you guys, here's a sample of what I thought we could make today. This is the actual piece right here. These are the supplies we're going to need. So if you guys have some things at home, I'm using size 6 seed beads here, you guys. We can do this in several different combinations, and I will show those. But to kind of do the one that I had photoed, this is the supplies you'll need, okay? So here I have 4 colors of size 6 seed beads. We use Toho here. I will have this kit available also. I think it comes out to be about $30, and I can ship it to you guys for free. Okay, got a metal button. Looking for something with a good shank there. That means something on the bottom here. I've got them in gold and silver, so you could choose. Also, in this particular design, we used rhodium 5mm jump rings, you guys. 5mm jump rings. You guys are just getting started with us. You guys can look at the photo here. We're kind of just taking a look at what supplies we need. Also, I'm using a 1mm leather in this case. But really, you guys can use, you know, in this particular sample, I use Chinese knotting cord. Pretty much anything that can kind of fit in the size 6 seed bead here. And size 6s have a good size hole, you can see. Okay, so the colors here that I use today are called aluminum, starlight, bronze, and opaque jet. Okay. So we're going to pull out our leather here. I'm going to cut. I really like doing a triple wrap. So in order to do a triple wrap, we're going to cut up ourselves about 2 yards. 2 yards of leather. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just kind of cutting those 2 yards. So if you guys like this color set, I can ship it for free. Everything here costs about 30 bucks. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do here is I've got a... Let's see. I'm going to back us up now so that you can see where I'm working here. You guys can check back later and see how the magic happens here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this button. Okay, we're going to pull this all the way through. Okay. Hey there, Martina. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me today. So I'm just pulling these even here. So I'm lining those up. Okay. Pulling that straight, and then I'm going to tie an overhand knot here. Okay, nothing fancy, you guys, just kind of a simple overhand knot. Okay, you'll see I'm trying to get that as close together as we can. Thanks for joining me. Trying to do a little tutorial here for the first time, kind of getting it set up on the fly here. Hopefully I'm going to work on trying to be able to have something a little bit more interactive. I was trying to do Zoom is another option that we have. Okay, so if you guys are just joining me here, we're making this piece right here. These are the supplies that you need. Okay, size 6 seed beads, 1mm leather, a button. I'm just getting the button put on here. Okay. Now, so I've just lined up all the leather. I've got 2 yards here, so a yard on each side. So just a knot as close as I can. Okay, so now we kind of take a look at color set. So we can talk about design here. In this particular one, I use 4 colors. The 4 colors that I have here are aluminum, starlight, bronze, and opaque jet. Okay, you can see the order that I kind of was doing it in. So if I start at the very beginning here, like on this button right here, started off with the aluminum, then I did the bronze, then I did starlight, then I did opaque. So that's kind of how I like to usually put the seed beads in that order, which I kind of put them out of order here, so that when I'm stringing them and make it easier for me to follow my pattern. And so in this case, you guys, I did, I'm going to do 2 of each color as I go. Okay, so when I show you the pattern, you'll do 2 of each color to recreate what I posted here up on Instagram and Facebook, okay? So the pattern here, the magic pattern, makes it so easy, okay? I'm going to take both my cords here, and I like to really work right here from the front, okay? So I'll work down here, okay? That way then I keep these in line and I can see which string I have put my bead on, okay? So like I said, we started off with this this aluminum. So I'm putting 1 aluminum size 6 bead right here, seed bead, on this top strand, okay? Then I'm going to put on a jump ring, okay? But I'm going to put both strands of leather through the jump ring, and then I'm going to put another one of the seed beads on the bottom strand, okay? And some of these are not, some of the holes are not always the same, and the leathers are always a little bit thicker or thinner, okay? So I'm going to kind of continue the pattern so you guys can kind of get an idea here. So every time we put on a seed bead, we're going to be alternating the leather on which leather strand we go on, okay? And every time we put on a jump ring, we will put both strands of leather through, okay? And then remember to do the pattern. You can do the same color, doesn't matter. In this case, I'm kind of doing 2 of each color here, okay? So we're putting bead on the top, jump ring through both, okay? Seed bead on the bottom. And once you get your rhythm going, you can find that this goes pretty fast, pretty easily. You can certainly make up a single strand pretty quickly. I've already almost gone through each of the color sets here. And like I said, I like to work kind of at the top, because you'll see it kind of binds together here. You see that? It's focusing in here. So I'll show that really close. Okay. So here you see alternating the bead, but we have thanks, Samantha. This is a nice and easy project. Okay. And it goes by fast. So I've almost done all the colors. So I'm going to put on one more black one here. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna push these all the way now down to the bottom so that it's close to my button now, just so I can show you kind of what this looks like. Now it saves a lot of time working at the top so that you don't have to push this down every single time. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys here again. You certainly can use different types of cord. At the very beginning I was discussing, you know, it's pretty much whatever size cord you can fit through the size bead you're working in. In this particular case, I used 1mm leather. In the sample here, I was saying that I used Chinese knotting cord. You can certainly, I've used Ceylon, I've used some different cording bases, and I'm going to show you a sample of some of the ones done with semi-precious or freshwater pearl, and what those can look like. So you guys here, let me show you the pattern again. Okay, so I'm working with a couple different colors, and this time I'm going to pick up the piece here. So let's see. So here, okay, this is what we're making. Okay, we were using 4 colors at the size 6 bead, 5mm ring. Okay, and then here we're looking at the pattern a little bit closer. Okay, let's see if I can lay that. Okay, so you can see here we're alternating the bead. Okay, and then every time we put the jump ring on, we're putting both pieces of leather through. Okay, both pieces of leather. Okay, so we started here on the design with the button. You tied a knot here, okay, and then we did alternating the beads, right, with the jump rings in between. Okay, and then we're going to get to the end here, and we're going to tie a knot. Okay, and in this case, we're going to leave enough space here so that button can fit through, and then we're going to tie another knot. Okay, so I'll show you on the sample here on how to do that. So we had here on our sample, okay, if we were ending right here, okay, I'm going to hold those 2 together, and I'm going to do another overhand knot just as if I was starting it. Okay, overhand knot. Let's see. Okay. Okay, knot there. Now, I want to tell you a couple things, depending on the cord that you use. Okay, when I use a thicker cord, I found that you see that there aren't any beads here in the sample. Here, my cord is a little skinny. And so I found that, one, to protect the cord, I like to put beads on here. Okay, that way it was easier for me to grab so that I could put my button through easier. Okay, as well as I thought it would protect the cord. In the thicker one, when I use a 2mm here, okay, then I didn't do that.